Bought not built is what they'll say if you pick up a car off Facebook Marketplace. It's already done. But one of the most exciting parts of being a car enthusiast is the opportunity to modify and build your own ride. Whether you are adding performance upgrades, restoring a classic car, transforming your car into a track weapon, the question of whether to tackle the project yourself or take it to a shop is one that every enthusiast faces, or just buy a pre-built car, which is the best deal, to be honest with you. Both approaches have their own set of pros and cons, and the choice largely depends on your goals, your budget, and the experience you are looking to have. Let's break down the key differences beyond just time and cost to help you decide whether you should build your own car or take it to a shop that actually knows what they're doing. So we're going to talk about the pros of building your own car first. One of the biggest advantages of building your own car is the learning experience. Every single bolt you turn, every single wire you run, every component you install teaches you more about your car. It's an opportunity to gain hands-on experience that you simply will not get when a shop does every single thing for you. Learning the intricacies, the ins and outs of your vehicle's engine, suspension, electronics gives you a deeper appreciation of the car, or hatred for the car depending on how your experience is, and it gives you an appreciation of car culture as a whole. Whether you're doing an oil change or putting on a turbo kit, swapping out a transmission, or dropping in a new motor, the sense of satisfaction that comes from doing it yourself is hard to match. Plus, when something goes wrong, and let's be honest, something will go wrong, you will be better equipped to troubleshoot it because you've already gotten your hands dirty and you know exactly what you made a mistake on in the first place. Tying back into that, there's a unique feeling that comes from looking at a finished project and knowing you did that. Building your own car, especially if it's a significant modification or restoration, comes with a level of pride that you simply cannot explain to anyone who hasn't been through it. You know every detail, every bolt turn, every struggle, and every moment of triumph that went into your build. When people ask you about your car, you can say, yeah, I built it. It's a badge of honor that can't be bought. It's not just a piece of metal anymore. It's a reflection of your effort, your dedication, and your passion to your craft. Now, the third thing here, one of the best and most often overlooked perks of building your own car is the social experience. There's something super fun about hanging out in the garage with your boys, working on the car, cracking open a few brews, and blasting Creed at full volume. It's about more than just the work. It's the stories, it's the laughs, it's the memories, it's putting the wrong part on and uninstalling it. Whether it's late night wrenching sessions or early morning trips to the parts store, working on cars has a way of bringing people together. Building your own car can be a bonding experience, not just for you and your car, but for you and your buddies. Now, something else here, when you build your own car, you have complete control over every aspect of the project. You get to choose the exact parts that you want, down to the brand, the model, the specifications. Whether it's the exhaust tone you want, whether it's the ride height of your coilovers, whether it's the color of your engine bay, heck, whether it's the grade of bolts that you use, you get to pick everything. You also get to pick the pace of your build. You can make adjustments as you go, you can revisit parts of the project that need tweaking, you can build it as quick as you want or as slow as you want. If you like to make decisions on the fly or experiment with different setups, building your own car gives you that freedom without costing you the money of paying a shop to do that, which ties into cost savings, but only sometimes. One of the most commonly cited reasons for building your own car is to save money on labor costs. Shops charge a premium for installations, fabrications, and tuning, and the more complicated the job, the more they're going to charge. If you do the work yourself, you can save thousands of dollars. With that being said, though, you will need to invest in tools, equipment, and some trial and error learning. If you're committed, you can save some serious cash, but remember, if you're not mechanically inclined, you're going to pay to do the same work twice. Cons, though. It's time consuming. It's a huge time commitment, I say with my GTR still not running 2 years later.
He was special.
Or even small projects can take longer than expected, especially if you're doing them for the first time. What seems like a 2-hour install can turn into a week-long ordeal if you run into problems, need specific parts, or get stuck troubleshooting. Time is money. Sometimes your time is better spent at your job to pay for your car build rather than trying to build your car. Now, second up is frustration and burnout. No car build goes 100% smoothly. Whether it's a part that doesn't fit right, a rusted bolt, or an electrical gremlin that refuses to be found, frustration is part of the game. If you're not prepared for setbacks, building your own car can lead to burnout, not the kind where you're spinning tires in your driveway, especially if you've worked long hours in a cramped garage or have a project that simply will not end. GTR is 100 feet that way, by the way. Now, third up, risk. You're not a seasoned mechanic if you're watching this video. There's always a chance of making a mistake, whether you misalign something, whether you didn't torque something down, whether there's an oversight during assembly. Mistakes can reduce to sending a rod to meet God, or safety issues with your car, or anything else. Some enthusiasts enjoy trial and error, but if you're not confident in your skills or you don't have experienced friends to guide you, building your own car can feel like navigating a minefield of potential errors. So now, let's switch gears, taking it to a shop, the pros. When you take a car to a shop, a reputable one specifically, you're paying for expertise expertise. Professional mechanics and technicians have years, if not decades, of experience, and they can often complete jobs faster and with a higher quality than a DIY project. They have access to specialized tools, equipment, and better facilities than the home mechanic does. If you want your car to be done right the first time, most of the time anyway, especially for complex jobs like engine swaps, custom fabrication, or tuning, taking it to a shop is the safest bet. Now, many shops also offer a warranty, whether formal or informal, on their work. If something goes wrong with the parts or the installation, they'll fix it free of charge or at a discounted rate. This can provide peace of mind, especially when dealing with high-dollar components or systems that could have catastrophic consequences if installed incorrectly, like brakes or suspension or like a turbo kit. Knowing that your work is backed by a warranty or just a reputable shop can help you sleep a little bit easier after a big expensive project. Third up is saving time. Taking your car to a shop can save you a significant amount of time. Instead of spending your nights and weekends wrenching, you drop the car off, you give them a check, the professionals handle it, and they hand it back to you. If you have a busy schedule, a good paying job, or just don't want to spend all your free time working on the car, this is for you. If you have a time-sensitive project like getting your car ready for an upcoming race or a show, a shop can get the job done quicker and with fewer headaches. Now, shops also have access to advanced tools and equipment that you likely won't have at home. This includes things like a dyno, like a CNC machine, and like specialized software or diagnostic tools or whatever. If your project requires precision or custom fabrication, a shop is almost always going to be the better choice for you. Now, talking cons, the first one, the most obvious one, the reason I know you're already typing away in the comments: cost. Labor rates are steep. It's like $100 an hour these days out here in California, and even more for specialized work like fabrication or machining. When you factor in parts and labor, even simple jobs can become expensive. For a big project like an engine build or a full restoration, you could be looking at tens of thousands of dollars in shop fees alone, not including parts. Now, second up, lack of personal connection. When you take your car to a shop, you're just handing over control of your project. While most shops will keep you updated on progress, you won't have the same personal connection to the build as you would if you did it yourself. You're not going to get the same sense of satisfaction or pride from the finished product because ultimately someone else did the work for you. When you build your own car, you have the freedom to make changes on the fly and experiment with different setups or pause and restart as it makes sense. When you take it to a shop, you are working with their schedule and process. If you change your mind halfway through a project, it can be difficult and expensive to pivot. Shops make money based on their time. They're going to charge you. If you change your mind, they're going to charge you for that. That's the way it goes. So should you build it at a shop or should you build it yourself? Well, it comes down to time, money, and your personal goals. If you're looking for a hands-on learning experience, value the sense of accomplishment, and don't mind getting your hands dirty and possibly pretty darn frustrated, building your own car can be one of the most rewarding experiences in the car scene. However, if you are short on time, if you want guaranteed quality work, or if you're dealing with a complex job, taking it to a professional shop might be the better option. Ultimately, there's no right or wrong answer. It all kind of depends on what you want to do with your build. Whether you're wrenching in the garage with your boys, whether you're letting the pros handle it, the most important thing is that you are building a car you love and having fun along the way, and buying wheels from threepiece.us to do that.
Okay.
If you guys liked the video, drop a comment down below. If you had a shop build your car, drop a comment down below. If you built it yourself, you're probably still in the garage working on it, but heck, pause that Chris Fix video and drop a comment down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We really enjoy making these. We're putting out a ton of them, so if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.